that we do to prepare for big storm events into this better secured environment. Because rain makes them want to see houses. We'd have a little bit more in the morning, asking us for volunteer time. It's like between protecting our plants.
Samurai sword on my back. You don't know how to act. Maybe you should relax. Maybe you should relapse. Just kidding.
Hey y'all, it's Therese from Crazy Critters, just updating you on Hurricane Ian, letting everybody know some of the things that we do to prepare for a big storm event. Not trying to panic or nothing. It's not always easy. Ken's locked up the little Rias to make it easier and so we can watch them, and when the weather gets more severe we can close them in. The bigger ratites we just leave to fend to themselves until the severe weather comes. If we were hit with hundreds of miles of wind, we'll put them in the barn. As the day progresses, we'll come in here and we'll close down the plastic around the greenhouse, giving us a better secured environment. But the residents rather enjoy this kind of day, especially the aquatic turtles. Ken just went and pyrethened this area because ants can be our major threat because rain makes them want to seek higher ground. Harry's enclosure, she's just right there, so she's fine. But we already have a cave-in. It started last week, so I knew it was bound to happen. So here's the entrance of her back door. I'll worry about fixing that after this storm. So far, our sulcatas with holes found underneath bamboos, we're leaving them alone until we know there's more worry. But those that enjoy being in houses or not being in houses, we're on guard to pick them up and bring them into the barn where we have stalls and they can be individually housed. But for now, we're not panicking. Harry will ride out the storm in her enclosure because she's got really high entrance, a very low exit, and we'll worry about like that, like I said, after the storm. Ken and I just checked out videos from our YouTube channel from Hurricane Irma and Dorian. It got us where we didn't panic so much. And instead I feel proud of where our family is with our farm clean because it's quite safe around here. Look, we made our own handmade sandbags using feed bags. Put them in front of the doors. Moved all the chickens for sale inside. And we moved away the plants all from the edge of our stock so that way we don't have any damage or loss. We put African violets down on the ground so that way the rain didn't come in and saturate the blooms. And pretty much we're pretty confident that the Crazy Plants Nursery will protect our investment. Ken also wiggle wired the door shut to prevent wind from coming in there. Now we'll put all of our trash cans in the barn. Ken's making a good point. He said on our other greenhouses he always put the shade cloth on top of the plastic. So one thing he's thinking of with the storms is the wind can push up and then damage the plastic, where if we had done it the opposite, like the turtle greenhouses, we'd have a little bit more protection. Oh, we got to protect our investment, as you know. Thanks to the hurricane, Mama finally got a gate on Mr. Big's house. We're hoping the hurricane would blow away the scrap metal. That was a terrible hurricane joke. Of course I don't wish my scrap metal would blow into the neighbor's house. No, I don't wish that. Mr. Big, Mama's been wanting this for a while. Pop finally hooked up a gate so he can be contained. I don't think he's still sleeping out here. She just didn't want him to be in the house all day long. Ken, they can't come out now because of rain bans. Just because you and me are not panicked doesn't mean everybody else is not panicked about the storm. I mean, I know you're not panicked about the storm at all. That was too a hurricane joke because Ken is extremely panicked. I'm surprised his acid reflux hasn't kicked in yet. But no, again, I don't want my scrap metal to fly into my neighbor's house. And
I do. Mine blows in between the fences, so it's not a fence come off of that.
It would be great if it blew right conveniently in between their fence and our fence, pushing their fence off of our fence. That would be a pretty big convenience. Oddly, most of the tortoises are down for the day. I mean, it's not hot. There's no reason they shouldn't be out eating grass, but they know something is going on. So the 8 large tortoises in that yard are all up. If the sulcata tortoises are hunkering down, what does that tell us? Alright guys, we're going to pause here. I don't know, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. They say Ian to be making landfall around dinner time here in Lake County. And we just wanted to let you guys know that we're prepared, we're not panicking, we're prepared. And Miss Judy, who called us at 5 a.m. asking us for volunteer time, this message is for you. So not cool, Miss Judy, to call us at 5 a.m. Our level of responsibilities is so high. It's like between protecting our plant stock and the critters. You know, I literally last night I went to bed at 2. I went to bed at 11. I woke up at 2. See, that's how tired I am. And then I was going to go back to sleep around 5, right before Miss Judy's phone call. That's why we have an unpublished number, because helping Miss Judy help us is not really what we do. Cows, you know, they got shelter, but they'll never use it. We had a bunch of scrap wood yesterday before the storm. We also took some ponds that we weren't using here and put some supportive brackets so that way the wind wouldn't blow them away. Chickens are all tied down, prepared, not panicking, and unlisted phone number. We have an unlisted phone, so that way we can do what we need to with our time, not answer the phone. How does one get an unlisted phone number? I'm sure it's on public record somewhere. We help the FWC, you guys, where we don't really need our phone number listed, and Ken and I have time to do everything. It's not me bragging, I'm asking you to be proud. Proud that 2 people can accomplish so much and help so many. Even with looming, even with looming hurricanes and other stresses, we have extra waters for the chickens, just in case we have power outage. We haven't got the pump in yet. Ken's always wanted to put a manual pump so we can pump out water, but we haven't done it yet. But we got multiple rain barrels collecting water, so all the critters will have water if we do lose power for more than a day or 2. So the rain bands are coming in, you guys. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to put this out there so you know how well we're prepared here at Crazy Critters. We're taking the storm very seriously, trying not to panic, and of course watching the news. Speaking of which, when Ken and I looked at our other videos from Hurricane Dorian and Ivan, or Irma, man, has our facility changed in just a few years. None of this was there, none of that, none of these animals, and go on and on and on. So check them out if you want. I'm going to put a link in the comments below to our old, very boring, this video is boring, but those videos are very boring. But if you're curious to see how we've changed, check them out.